What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Crisean, and today in this video, in light of the situations that have been going on in the media, I want to talk about the stigma of HIV and how you can educate yourself. So we all know about the baby and his HIV and AIDS rant that he did at the Rolling Out Loud festival. But I want to talk to people who think that his actions were justified, and people who fear this stigma. One thing I would like to tell people, and especially the black community, when you fear something, when you have this overarching notion of something, why don't you do your research? Why don't you go out and educate yourself on multiple accounts? It's 2021. People still don't have resources in this world. I am fully aware of that. But it's 2021 and the internet is readily available to a lot of people, and especially in the first world country like America. And all it is a Google search. We tend to demonize certain communities and certain things that we hear out. But the thing is, HIV and AIDS can affect everybody. It's not a community, it's not an other situation. It can literally affect every single person on this entire planet. As of 2021, of our knowledge, we do not know anybody who is immune to this disease. And the stigma behind sex and this disease and only getting it from sex is another thing that people can educate themselves. My journey of HIV started very young. I want to make it clear that I am not HIV or AIDS positive. But with my aunt, she was diagnosed when I was very young. I can't even remember, but I remember having a conversation with her and my mother about around the age 9, 10. So that's when I found out about it, and they were very thorough about it, as educating me and my siblings and cousins about viral count and T cell count, and they had cocktails at the time. I'm not sure what they're using now, but it was cocktails at the time, and it was a multitude of pills. And she informed me that she got it from drugs. Yes, it is not just a sexually transmitted disease, but it's something that you can share from sharing needles, even in childbirth. And sometimes people don't have a say, even when they're engaging in sexual acts. Some people do not have sex willingly, so they can contract that. They're in fully committed relationships where they're trusting their hearts and their lives to their partners, and sometimes people are dishonest, and this can stem from knowing somebody for a hot second to knowing somebody for 20 years and someone being dishonest about their status, or just engaging in sex acts and not protecting themselves. Therefore, you're not protecting your partner. So it's a multitude of things that you can get HIV and AIDS, especially on a perspective of a rapper. To insinuate promiscuity with AIDS and HIV is laughable, because any rapper out there, the umbrella term of rappers, are some of the most promiscuous individuals on the planet. Let's be real. So you're lucky that you didn't catch this disease or any other transmitted disease, sexually transmitted disease, or sexually transmitted infections. So the notion that you want to shame and berate people, we have to leave those stigmas behind, especially in the black community. The black community was hit with the AIDS epidemic so hard that it is still to this day that it's hard for us to recover, and we are not recovering at the rate that our white counterparts are recovering. And that says a lot. When something affects us and affects the community at large, for illness, because of even leading to death. We have to stop with this fear monger. We have to stop and educate ourselves, because if it affects them, it affects us. If I fear something, why not do due diligence to know what I'm talking about? Knowing if this comes knocking at my door, how can I face it? How can I avoid it? Or how can I prepare myself for the worst case scenario? And like I said, it's only a Google search. I typed in just now HIV cases in the US. And all this information comes up. And another thing, if you're doing research, especially on health, in America, I'm not sure how it is outside of America, but .govs are your number one source for health and educational information. So anything with a .org, you can trust it. So I look it up, HIV.org comes up, CDC.org comes up. And if we're in 2021, with the pandemic, the CDC has been in your ear and on your screens a lot. So there you have it. Even if you are a part of the community, the queer community, you can look up statistics on glad.org, if you're a part of the queer community, and probably amongst a lot of other queer websites and things of that nature. And another thing, .orgs are another trusted source for getting educational health information. The websites are supposed to be vetted more and not as easily to obtain a .org or .gov, especially a .gov website handle. So looking at glad.org, it gives a section where it says fast facts. It gives you facts such as more than 1.2 million people in the United States are living with HIV. It also says gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men of all races and ethnicities remain the population most profoundly affected by HIV. In 2010, gay and bisexual men accounted for 63% of estimated new HIV infections in the United States and 78% of infections among all newly infected men. Then it also has African Americans continue to experience the most severe burden of HIV compared to with other races and ethnicities. And if you want to do more research, it's just a click away. It's highlighted in blue, and it takes you to the CDC's website, and titled HIV in the United States and Dependent Areas. And it breaks down heterosexuals, bisexuals who inject drugs. This is statistics in 2019, so these statistics are very new. It has statistics about transgender people, new diagnoses as of 2019. It breaks it down by race and ethnicities. This is very detailed, very thorough research right here. And the article is titled, and I can leave links. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave links in the description box. But this is very informative. This article is on the CDC's website, and it is just the overview statistics. It's titled HIV in the United States and Dependent Areas. So if you want to look that up, this is a great article to start. And it gives you overall goals: decrease the number of new HIV case diagnoses to 9,588 by 2025 and 3,000 by 2030. So people out here are still doing research, still trying to find ways to beat the virus. And nowadays, you can live, if undetected, you can live healthy lives. It is not the death sentence that it used to be. You have medicines, technology that have advanced medicines in ways that in the 80s were unfathomable. You were just trying to survive. You were trying to live. So you can live healthy, thriving lives with HIV and AIDS. You can even have unprotected sex with your partners if you're undetected, and the chances of them contracting the virus is very slim to none. So that research in itself is amazing. It is not this stigma that we should be berating people on a social platform and basically this fear dogma, this stigma and demonizing people. So, as simple as that, if you are somebody who is dealing with HIV and AIDS and is affected by stigma, don't be, because this research is out there for you, and there are people out here living, thriving, and it's not your fault. Shit happens to people, and unfortunately, good people bear that burden. But education allows us to live longer. Education allows us to deal with things better and to live our lives and to live healthy, thriving, amazing lives. In us as the Black community, we can really take a great deal from knowledge and doing our research and not listening to public figures or just he say, she say around the neighborhood, because it'll save our lives too. We are a community that deals with health issues at a more alarming rate than anybody else in this country, and we have to take action for ourselves. We have to educate the people who know better. We have to teach people that knowledge. We have to do better, and we have to teach other people to do better, not holding things over people's heads and whatever that is. If you know, let somebody else know, because it comes full circle. Because, like, once again, something like a pandemic happens, it's everybody's issue, not just a group of people who happen to have it at a certain amount of time. It can be your mother, it can be your brother, it can be your sister, your father, your neighbor, your coworker. And these people still are amazing people, healthy, living, thriving individuals. And like I said, some of these people have gotten this disease against their will. So, if you want to make the world a better place, want to help make the world a better place, you have knowledge about something, share it. If you hear somebody spreading false information or disinformation, correct that. So, thank you for watching this video. I am happy to help. I'm glad to share this video with people. I'm Crisean. Thank you for watching my channel. If you like this video, watch a plethora of other videos. If I've helped somebody, or if I initially started that help for somebody. And research doesn't happen just for one source. Use multiple sources. Use YouTube videos, people's testimonies. Like I said, I brought up several websites. Always do your research on multiple things and come up with your own conclusion and protect yourself. But I'm Crisean. Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next one.